Hello and welcome back to DeadMooseGaming, and today we are playing Total War Warhammer 2 once again. This time, Claw under Clan Scryer has attempted to make a landing on Arf1, but has met fierce resistance against Tyrion and a couple other armies. He's going to need to pull out all the stops to win this one. To help him in his crusade, Claw has brought with him an army fitting for a rat of such technological genius as him. In the back line, we have 3 units of rattling guns, and with their ridiculous burst damage, are going to be enough to squash any pathetic pointy-ear elves that come our way. For the pesky lords and heroes, we have 2 units of Wartlock Jezzails to snipe them out with their ridiculous range. And as for our artillery, 3 units of Plagueclaw catapults will do some destructive work against any Elven infantry that come our way. And similarly to the Jezzails, 2 units of Warp Lightning cannons will snipe out monsters. No unit is safe from the might of Claw, and he's definitely no coward. As for infantry, we have units of Storm Vermin, 2 Storm Vermin with halberds and 5 normal Storm Vermin. They may claim to be elite units, but their purpose is just the same as a slave: to die and let our range units do the work. As for our leadership, we have 2 extra heroes here: a Warlock Engineer for those lovely Warp Lightning casts, and an Assassin to kill any heroes that somehow escape the Skaven backline. But the star of the show here is definitely Claw. Being a clever, scheming rat, he's not going to walk around, he's going to go on a Doom Wheel. And these Doom Wheels are potent. Plenty of ward save, 65% against missiles, and 77% against magic. He's no ordinary rat, he's going to be difficult to take down. Especially considering their roster. Sisters of Avalon, while normally quite potent, are going to struggle against Claw, and the Spearmen and Northern Sea Guards should be completely and utterly annihilated by our backline. Of course, we do have some problems. Tyrion is in this match, and he's a potent lord even without the Sword of Cain. An Arcane Phoenix is also moving overhead, and he's going to be joined by numerous Eagles and Phoenixes as time goes on. Now, I mentioned the Sword of Cain, and well, I think it's only fitting that a rat takes the Sword of Cain. It's going to help him a lot to shout damage against lords and heroes, but it's not going to be enough. His melee defense is still low. So with that being said, let's get stuck in. So immediately, Claw's going to skirmish, because he has perfect vigor, so he's not going to get tired very easily. He's waiting for an opportune moment. And the thing with the Skaven is they always have a trick up their sleeve. And this particular trick is going to be quite destructive. Yes, he's tapped into Clan Scryer's nuclear arsenal and has obliterated a couple units early on. Now, Ikit wouldn't like to admit this, but he would have been better off attacking one of the reinforcing stacks. He would have done a bit more damage, but it doesn't matter. He secretly wants some of those Storm Vermin to die anyway. They've been talking behind his back, saying that his tail's short, and that is unacceptable. Now he's used this rocket, he's going to put the Sword of Cain to good use as well. You see, those Sisters of Avalon are doing pretty much nothing against him. And even if they do, Claw's a smart rat and he brings healing items with him. So he's going to regenerate every time he casts spells. Not bad. So he's casting his magic. He's going to get the hell out of there. You see he's already up to 94 kills. And that's because he used his Sword of Cain to cast a magic spell that rampages anything it touches. But there'll be more on that later. See, those Sisters of Avalon are still raining in fire, but it's really doing nothing. And there's that Warp Lightning, beautiful. Those things are brutal. They'll take down single entities very quickly. artillery is also starting to rain in now. The idea here is to just wipe out as many of their units as possible before they engage with the Storm Vermin. The Elves do have some elite infantry. Some Phoenix Guard are going to cause us some huge problems, if I can find where they are. They've also got Swordmasters of Hoeth, which are also a problem. Here we go. Oh, there's the Warp Lightning trying to hit the Arcane Phoenix, but he's dodging those shots without even trying. It's not a perfect angle for those Warp Lightning cannons, to be honest. But the Elves are starting to close the gap, and we are outnumbered, which is really sort of blasphemous for a Skaven to admit that they're outnumbered, but it's true. However, Clan Squire doesn't need numbers, they just need superiority and firepower, and that's what is going to be shown here today. There's Warp Block Jezzel's raining in fire against that Noble, I believe it is, yeah. He's already taken a decent amount of damage. And now the Rattling Guns are having a lot of damage against the Phoenix. You see, then rather shoot at the infantry, but if a Phoenix is going to present itself as a target, then it's going to go ahead and attack it. And you see that Phoenix has been obliterated already, and it's already routing. And it's now dead, thanks to the Warp Lightning. Well, Claw's getting stuck in. He's been taking a lot of fire. And as for his healing, he's already used about 1,000 healing. So it's running out. Rattling Gunners attacking these poor spearmen now. They're completely out of their depth. And you see this Noble was almost dead as well, thanks to the sustained fire from both the Warp Lightning cannons and the Jezzels. You see they do about 500 damage per shot. That one did about 300. And he's routing as well. He's not going to be long for this world. Warp Lightning going down doesn't do a particularly great job. But the poor Storm Vermin haven't got much AP at all. And they're going to struggle. But they don't need to do well. They just need to hold the line. Now Tyrion's got into the combat as well. And he's going to decimate these Storm Vermin. There's not much I can do about that right now. Still focusing down Nobles. The second Noble here is almost dead. He's down to 200 health. Playcore catapults are doing a very, very good job. They're just so ridiculous. Pouring down noxious projectiles on any poor elf that gets in the way. Now you see here the Warp Lightning's going and trying to attack these mages. But unfortunately the centre's broken here, leaving our artillery a little bit vulnerable, and our Rattling Guns. Now, as good as the Rattling Guns are, they seem to be having a few line of sight problems. They should be firing at this mage, or at the very least the Sea Guard in the back, but that is not happening. Which is unfortunate. And you saw that Flame Spire Phoenix get obliterated just there. Ridiculous damage. Truly ridiculous. And Claw's going to try and finish the kill. The game board of that, he wants to attack Tyrion. And there goes that Phoenix, taken out by Warp Lightning cannons. See, Ickett's a brave rat. The Sword of Cain's at stake here, and he's grown rather fond of it. You could always, get it back, but he's grown rather fond of it, and it's having somewhat of a corrupting power on him. The Warp Lightning going in again, obliterating the Archmage. And some units have been shattered already. Now, at the start of this match, we were outnumbered about 2 to 1. But we're trying to equalise these numbers now. Unfortunately, our backline has been compromised. Our Rattling Guns and Jezzels are stuck in melee, which is not ideal, but they'll do what they're told to do. Meanwhile, a lone unit of clan rats sits out in the pond, or whatever it is, a lake. Poorly microed by me, and then they disintegrate into dust. I should have moved them in. Menace from below is very powerful if used correctly, and that was not used correctly. But Ikit's in danger here. He's being gooned up by 4 single entities, and as powerful as he is, he's going to struggle against Tyrion. I spawned in some clan rats, but again they're being poorly microed. And here come the rattling guns. They're completely free to fire upon these poor shadow warriors, and they're just being suppressed and destroyed. I almost feel bad for them. But Ikit's beaten up, like I'm saying. It's down to about, I don't know, 30% health. But it's not like Tyrion's looking any better, and he's walked right into the line of fire of rattling guns. And they're going to start going to town against him. Ikit trying to run here, puts down the Sword of Canaan again, so Tyrion starts to rampage. This allows Ikit to get out of dodge. Unfortunately, it does backfire, but the rattling guns get attacked, but it's not a proper Skaven battle if there isn't friendly fire, right? Ikit's just trying to survive here, and here come the rattling guns, suppressing Tyrion. He's just being butchered. Single entities are not where the rattling guns shine, but they're going to take it, and it's going to work wonders. And now the second unit is firing in, and look at his health just disintegrate. And he's going to run. And Ikit's going to give chase. Meanwhile, our artillery is still firing. Playclaw catapult's doing fantastic work against archer units. And the Sisters of Avalon aren't really being very effective as they're trying to snipe out Ikit, and you can see the amount of damage that he's taking is minimal. Well, Warlock Engineer in the back here, trying to take out Tyrion, but he's not going to be fast enough. Tyrion is going to flee. See, the Storm Vermin are nowhere to be found. That's just the way Clan Scryer likes it. And here comes another volley of rattling guns, this time against the High Mage, and it's not going well for the High Mage at all. Just the power of the Skaven backline is ridiculous. It is a huge shame that it's DLC units. You really need to get the profit in the Warlock DLC to fully enjoy Skaven. But with that being said, and the rattling gunners finish off that Mage, army losses has set in against the Elves, and they are running. Incredibly, the Skaven have won while being outnumbered 2-1. Ikit scrapes through with a fraction of his health remaining. And he's going to go on the hunt now. He's going to go on the hunt for those stupid elf high mages who think they're so good. They're just so arrogant. The pointiers are going to suffer this day. And now, with Clan Scryer having a solid foothold on Elf 1, an incursion into Lovern is going to take full force. Of course, the Skaven don't need to go on a full-out military offensive. They just need to dig a little hole underneath Lovern, put in a bomb, and wait 15 turns for the magic to happen. Boom. Lovern will be gone. So Ikit's chasing this High Mage. This High Mage isn't going to survive. The Warplock Jezels are also putting in some good fire. I was speaking about their range at the start of the game. It's about the same as the Eagle Claw Catapult at 363. It is definitely an artillery range. It's ridiculous. They're such powerful units, and they're so invaluable at sniping out single entities. Speaking of sniping out single entities, the Warp Lightning Cannons are doing a lot of damage against this High Mage, but Ikit wants to get the job done. He's up to 300 kills himself. He's just so effective at obliterating squads of infantry. The technological genius of the smart, clever Skaven simply cannot be denied. So I'm just going to speed it up here. We're just going to run down what's left. This mage is going to die, like I've said. And we're going to try and push out and see what else we can snipe. There goes the Lord. And everything's going to retreat. And that's a Pyrrhic victory, and the Skaven would have it no other way. Looking at the casualties, you can see the Skaven have lost about 1,000, but the Elves have lost a lot more, about 2,500. See, our artillery was doing a lot of work. They got the Warp Lightning cannons and the Clay Core catapults got roughly 1,250 kills between them. And our backline didn't get a lot of kills, but they focused down on single entities and completely butchered them. So that was really a true display of the power of the Skaven backline. And if you're playing Clan Scryer, I would highly recommend building a strong artillery and missile line, and having a few Storm Vermin to take the brunt of the damage. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.